Let's go ahead and start on our backs. We'll start with breathing. First, place your hands on your elbows. Walk your ribs away from your pelvis. Lift your head, lay it back down. Big inhale. Big into your belly. Ribs widen. Collarbones rise. Exhale, ha sound. Inhale, belly, ribs, collarbones. Now hold the belly taut and just breathe wide into the ribs and into the collarbones. 2-part breath. Belly stays taut, cinched up, navel towards the spine. And on the ha sound, you feel it get even tighter, more contracted. Now close your lips on the ha sound. And that's the 2-part ujjayi breath that we'll be using. Draw your right knee into your chest. Squeeze it in. Foot goes up to the sky. Exhale, lower down. Inhale into your chest. You can squeeze it. Up. Exhale, lower. Your spine is in a pain-free zone. Switch. On the inhale, your abdominal wall stays 50% contracted, and on your exhale, it contracts to 80 or 90%. Belly towards the spine. It feels like you're tightening a drawstring on your pants. Press the back of your head down towards the floor, the back of your neck, and the hairline. About 50% push down. Strengthening your neck. Lower the leg all the way to the floor. And then you're going to lift the leg 1/2 inch off of the mat. Level your pelvis. Draw the belly towards your spine. Broaden your shoulders. It's as if your leg is in super glue and you're trying to pull it up, but it stays down. Face softens. Hairline presses down. Get fascinated with your breath. 2-part breathing. Ujjayi. Low ribs are anchoring down to the mat. Pelvis is level. Switch legs. This is your abdominal training. You've got to actively contract the abs all the way around the torso. And that ha breathing will help you do that. Kneecap points up, both kneecaps. Low ribs grounding, back of the neck long, hairline pressing down 50%. Face softens. And release. You're going to roll onto your left side and come up to a lounge lizard. Stack ankles, knees, hips, elbow under shoulder, arm turned out 45 degrees. Drop your head, drop your ribs. These ribs are moving towards your arm. Low ribs. Still 2-part breath, still ujjayi breathing. Close your eyes and sink into it. If this is too high for you, just walk the elbow out some. If it's not enough, come up to the wrist. Release, roll onto your back. Right ankle on your thigh, right hand through the hole. Bring it in. Tail down. Knee straightens. Shoulders broaden. Belly in. Draw the legs in, interlacing your fingers at mid-knuckle so that the fingers spread as you pull the legs in. Slight bend in the left knee. Lift your head, turn left, lay it back down. Press your chin and your ear into the mat. Shift legs right, 2 or 3 inches. Ujjayi breathing. Shoulders broaden. Legs back to center and then to the left 3 inches. Get fascinated with the movement of your ribs. Press through the heel as the toes curl towards the head. %, pressing down with your chin, your jawline. Release the right foot, bend the knee in, then press up with the heel. Move your left sitting bone towards your right foot to level out your pelvis. Squeeze in, belly in, low ribs ground, shoulders ground. Press down with the head. Release your leg, lift your head, come back to neutral. Touch your heels, lift your hips off the mat if you're able. If this is too much for you, just squeeze your glutes and keep your hips down. You want to be in a straight line from your shoulder blades to your knees. Belly pulls in and down to lengthen the lumbar. Tail moves upward. Press into the whole paddles of your feet, from the ball of your big toe to your heel. Ujjayi. Come down. Left ankle on thigh, left hand through the hole. Interlace. Shoulders broaden. Heel up towards the sky. Toes curl back. Lift your head. Turn it right. Press your jawline down towards the mat. So pull it in. Tail anchors down. Press up through the top heel. Shift your legs left 2 or 3 inches. Ujjayi. Belly tightens, waist cinches. Your foot back to midline, and then bring the legs as a unit to the right 2 or 3 inches. Release the left foot down, bend your knee in, and then press the heel up. Pull it in. Press your jawline towards the mat, 50% pressure. And move your right sitting bone or your right hip towards your left foot until the pelvis is level and the leg is seated into its hip socket. Ujjayi. Release. Rock to your right for the lounge lizard. Elbow, hip, knees, ankles on a tightrope. Turn out 45 degrees at the shoulder. Make a fist. Drop your head. Drop your ribs. Release. Come to seated. Cross your ankles. Come forward. Up. Right foot comes up. Press up to standing. Lift your heel for a little balance test. Switch. Lift. Lower. And come back up. Standing bow. Find perfect posture first. Belly in. Head comes back on top of the spine. Knit your ribs together like you're putting them into your pockets. Firm your thighs. Turn your palms up. Left foot comes into the left hand. Hand has to be on the inside to save the shoulder. Belly pulls in to flatten and lengthen the lumbar, and then move your knees together. You can also do this with a strap. You can bring your right arm out in front to counterbalance your back foot. And if you're in a pain-free zone with your back, you can move your knee back an inch or two until you feel the hip flexors or the quads go on a stretch. Belly has to pull in and up to maintain the space in the lumbar. Lift the toes that you're standing on, just to make sure you're not digging or gripping. Rest them gently. Slight bend to the standing knee to stay out of the ligaments of the knee joint. You can hold on to a wall, a chair. Ribs have to come together. And then release. Big straddle with the feet. Hinge forward. Interlace at the base of your skull. Drop your head, traction. Lift your tail up. Drop your arms, drop your head, let it all dangle. Bend your right knee. Ujjayi. Belly tightens on that exhale. Come back to center. Bend your left knee. Let the head go some more. Lift your tail up some more. Drop your hands, bend your knees, slowly roll up through your spine, inhaling. Back foot comes up to the front, bow on the other side. Find your balance first. Close the ribs. Retract your head back on top of your spine. Broaden your shoulders. Pull the belly in and up, and then bend your right knee. Forehand is on the inside of the foot. Move your knee towards the back wall. Lengthen your lumbar by drawing the belly towards your spine. If you're in a pain-free zone and you did want to go deeper, you can hinge at the left hip. Ujjayi. Standing knee has a slight bend to it. The knee is unlocked. Toes lift and then rest gently. And then release. Step back with the left foot into a warrior two pose. Pretty big stance here. Palms on water. Lift. Turn your hands towards your head. Straighten the elbows and then flip the hands down from the wrist. Belly pulls up. Tail anchors down. Lengthen your lumbar. Then you bring your right elbow under left. Backs of the hands together or the palms together. Drop your chin to your chest. Sink a little deeper into the front knee. As you inhale, your elbows rise. And as you exhale, your elbows come down. The left foot, the arch has to lift. Press into the outer ridge of the back foot to get the arch to lift. Belly in, tail anchors down, tail moves towards the earth. Release, back foot comes up to front. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, right foot's going to step back for warrior two. Left elbow under right, palms together. Drop your head. Sink a little deeper. Belly in, tail anchors. Inhale, arms up. Exhale down. Keep your back as flat as you can. Or straight up and down, perpendicular to the ground. Release the arms. Back foot's going to walk up to the front. Left knee's going to step back and down. Release. Back to the lounge lizard. This time on your wrist, if you can. Drop your head. Ribs moving towards the wrist. Just sag into it. Ujjayi breathing. Belly pulls in and gets taut on the exhale. Onto all fours. Left leg back. You're going to lift your knee from the mat. Breathe like you mean it. Release and switch. Release and switch. Switch one more. Release. Lounge lizard on the other side. You can experiment with the hips and maybe bring the top hip forward an inch or back an inch. Let your head go. Ujjayi. Back up to all fours for pigeon. I'm going to turn around. You're going to sit on your right hip. Your shin is parallel to the edge of your mat. And then you're just going to lean forward. This back leg, you're going to work on straightening it just as much as you can. It doesn't matter. Flexion at this ankle. Drop your head. You might need to support your head so you can double fist it and rest, or one hand. Rise up, you're going to bring your right elbow to your right arch. If your elbow doesn't make it there, grab it with your hand. Whatever body part of your arm can get to your arch, that's great. Drop your head. Close your eyes. Let your head dangle. Maybe work on straightening the back leg a little bit more. Rise. Go to the other side. Left elbow to the thigh. I like to hold my hand under my shoulder here. But however you can manage your arms is great. Drop your head. release, switch sides. Your ribs are collapsing anywhere, probably the left low ribs. Breathe into them, get them wide. Lift, left elbow to arch or wrist. Drop your head. Switch sides. A little more difficult to breathe here, so find the areas where your ribs are collapsing and breathe into them, get them big. Let the neck go another inch. Slowly rise out of that and lower down. Use the abs. Let your whole body go. Drop your jaw. Release around your eyes and mouth. Shoulders let go. Release all the way to your fingertips. Drop your jaw. Let your belly go soft and your glutes spread like jelly. Legs let go. Surrender all the way down to your feet and your tippy toes. wiggling your fingers and your toes. Take a big inhale, reach your arms above your head and stretch. Exhale, roll to your right side in a fetal position. Slowly press up to a seated position that you like. You can be sitting on a block or blankets if this is hard for you. Bring your hands in front of your heart and choose 3 blessings in your life and give thanks. As you exhale, lower your ego mind below your compassionate heart in reverence. Inhale as you rise, and namaste.